In the vast, uncharted expanse beyond our solar system, where the sun's gentle warmth fades into an eternal chill, and the stars themselves seem like distant whispers, a lone sentinel forged by human ingenuity has been wandering for nearly 5 decades. Launched on August 20th, 1977, aboard a Titan III Centaur rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida, Voyager 2 was humanity's bold ambassador to the unknown. It wasn't designed for a triumphant return. Its mission was one of pure exploration, a one-way ticket to the cosmos. Over the years, it danced through the gravity wells of Jupiter in 1979, revealing swirling storms and volcanic moons like Io that erupted with sulfurous fury. It skimmed Saturn's rings in 1981, unveiling intricate braids and spokes etched by electromagnetic forces, and in 1986, it became the first and only spacecraft to visit Uranus, capturing images of its pale blue atmosphere and tilted magnetic field that puzzled scientists for decades. By 1989, it had bid farewell to Neptune's windswept azure world, Triton's geysers spewing nitrogen ice into the void before plunging onward into the heliopause, the fragile boundary where the sun's solar wind yields to the interstellar medium. Today, as of October 1st, 2025, Voyager 2 drifts approximately 21 billion kilometers from Earth, or about 143 astronomical units, hurtling through space at roughly 15 kilometers per second. Its plutonium-powered heart still beats faintly, generating just enough electricity to keep a handful of instruments alive, even as NASA engineers meticulously power down non-essential systems to stretch its lifespan into the 2030s. But while the world has evolved, smartphones in every pocket, Mars rovers self-driving across red dunes, and private rockets piercing the sky like routine commuters, Voyager 2 has remained steadfast, a relic of analog ambition in a digital age. Its golden record, that iconic time capsule etched with greetings in 55 languages, whale songs, and Chuck Berry riffs, spins silently in the void, a message in a bottle tossed into the cosmic sea. We built it to witness, to report back faint echoes of plasma waves and cosmic rays. Data trickling home via the Deep Space Network's massive dish antennas in California's Goldstone, Spain's Madrid, and Australia's Canberra. For years, the updates were mundane. Fluctuations in magnetic fields, spikes in low-energy charged particles, the subtle hiss of interstellar plasma. Yet in the quiet hours of mission control, engineers dreamed of the improbable. What if, out there in the dark, something listened back? And then last month, September 2025, it did. Not with a flourish of fanfare, but a whisper so subtle it nearly slipped through the cracks. At 14:37 UTC on September 15th, as routine telemetry beamed in from the probe's plasma science instrument, still operational after powering down the cosmic ray subsystem earlier this year, an anomaly appeared. It wasn't a dramatic burst of light or a gravitational tug. It was a rhythmic pulse, low frequency and insistent, repeating every 11.2 seconds amid the expected static of cosmic background radiation. At first, the team at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena dismissed it as interference, perhaps a glitch from the recent solar maximum where the sun's activity peaked, flinging charged particles that could scramble deep space signals. Voyager 2's instruments, marvels of 1970s engineering with vacuum tube amplifiers and gold-plated circuit boards, aren't infallible. They've endured cosmic ray bombardment equivalent to a year's worth of dental x-rays every day, their sensors calibrated for the faint whispers of heliospheric boundaries. But this wasn't noise. Cross-referencing with archived data from Voyager 1, now over 24 billion kilometers away and facing its own power constraints, revealed a similar, fainter echo from August. AI-driven filtering tools powered by modern machine learning models trained on decades of solar data peeled back the layers. The pulse wasn't random. It was structured, a mathematical heartbeat growing stronger, its waveform etched with an inverted spectral signature of neutral hydrogen. The universe's most common element, hyperfine transition at 1,420 megahertz, but flipped like a mirror image. Imagine the scene in JPL's mission control. Rows of screens flickering under fluorescent lights, coffee cups ringed with stains from all-nighters past. Dr. Elena Vasquez, a 42-year-old plasma physicist who cut her teeth analyzing Voyager's heliopause crossing data from 2018, stared at the spectrogram. "This isn't interference," she murmured to her colleague, pulling up the raw feed. The pulse carried harmonics that defied explanation. Peaks at frequencies matching no known stellar phenomena, no pulsar spin, no galactic core emission. It was deliberate, like a metronome tuned to the rhythm of quantum fluctuations. Whispers spread through the team. Cosmic anomaly? Equipment degradation? Or something else? Something that knew how to encode information in the language of waves, turning the void silence into a conversation starter. As the data streamed in, real-time visualizations on high-res monitors showed the signal's amplitude climbing, a slow crescendo that sent chills down spines. Viewers, if you're hooked already, stick around, because this is where the story twists from science fact into the shadows of what might be waiting out there. What if our oldest explorer just became our unintended beacon? Delving deeper, the team employed triangulation techniques refined over years of tracking interstellar objects like Oumuamua, the enigmatic cigar-shaped visitor from 2017. Using time-of-flight delays between Voyager 2's signal and echoes received at the three Deep Space Network sites, they mapped the source. It wasn't stationary, tethered to some distant quasar or rogue planet. No, this emitter moved in lockstep with Voyager 2, paralleling its trajectory at a distance of perhaps 100 million kilometers. A ghostly tale. Orbital mechanics models, from Keplerian ellipses to relativistic corrections for Voyager's velocity, crumbled under the strain. The object accelerated in microbursts, defying Newtonian inertia, no gravitational slingshot, no solar sail puff. It was responsive, adjusting course in sync with Voyager's faint beacon signals. Those 23-watt transmissions that take over 18 hours to crawl home at light speed. Simulations run on supercomputers at Oak Ridge. National Laboratories spat out error logs. Path violates conservation of momentum. Worse, the object wasn't broadcasting anew, it was echoing, refracting Voyager's own data stream, engineering telemetry, attitude control pings, back into the abyss, modulated with that eerie hydrogen flip. Classified memos flew between JPL, ESA's SOC in Darmstadt, and CNSA's Beijing Aerospace Control Center. Rogue probe from a Cold War-era Soviet mission? Unlikely. Nothing in declassified catalogs matched. Relic probe from an extrasolar civilization, perhaps adrift since the galaxy's youth? The thought lingered, fueling late-night debates in dimly lit conference rooms. But one thing was clear. After 48 years of solitude, something had stirred, triggered by our persistent hum into the dark. And it was listening, learning our digital dialect, one bit at a time. As the anomaly rippled through scientific circles, linguists and signal processing experts were hastily convened. A interdisciplinary war room assembling under NDAS, thicker than Voyager's thermal blanket. Dr. Raj Patel, a computational linguist from MIT's Media Lab, who once decoded whale dialects for ocean conservation projects, took the lead on the binary embeds. Voyager's protocols are straightforward, 8-bit commands in CCSDS standards, but these segments were alien, non-repeating primes woven into fractal patterns. Visualized via MATLAB scripts and neural network renderers, they bloomed into symmetries, double spirals evoking DNA helices, Mandelbrot edges fractalizing into infinity, geometric lattices akin to quasi-crystals discovered in the 1980s metallurgy. Eerily, overlays with Earth's ancient iconography lit up. Sumerian ziggurat seals from 3000 BCE with their interlocking wedges, Nazca lines in Peru, etched 2,000 years ago, depicting hummingbird spirals that align pixel for pixel with the waveform peaks. "This isn't noise," Patel told a hushed briefing, projecting the alignments on a 4K wall. "It's semiotics, visual concepts encoded in EM harmonics, like how we embed QR codes in audio tracks today." The structure screamed intentionality, error-correcting codes more efficient than Reed-Solomon, layered with quantum-inspired entanglement analogs. Speculation ignited. A probe test, gauging if we've evolved enough to parse multidimensional messages, or a greeting wrapped in math to bypass language barriers? Voyager 2, that plucky survivor now sipping power from its RTG at 240 watts, down from 470 at launch, had unwittingly passed the audition. Its instruments, the low-energy charged particle detector, still humming after NASA's March 2025 shutdown of the magnetometer's high-range mode, captured not just data, but dialogue. As we unravel this thread, remember, the cosmos isn't empty, it's patient. And if you're feeling that pull of curiosity, keep watching. The revelations only deepen. The plot thickened when Caltech's Dr. Mia Chen, a 29-year-old prodigy in quantum cryptography, whose algorithms cracked blockchain vulnerabilities for DARPA, fed the signal into her bespoke neural net, Echo 7, a deep learning beast trained on SETI archives and Pulsar catalogs. What emerged wasn't mere decryption, it was prophecy. The AI spat predictive sequences, extrapolating the pulse's logic into loops of recursive elegance, like a Mandelbrot set unfolding eternally. "Impossible!" Chen gasped, her laptop fans whirring as the model iterated. The signal was self-referential, a Turing-complete riddle designed to elicit response, mirroring how AlphaGo learned Go by playing itself. Concurrently, Voyager 1, NASA's elder sibling, 4 billion miles ahead and facing its own instrument curtailments, logged a magnetic dip at 0.1 nanotesla, time-stamped within 72 seconds of Voyager 2's spike. 2 probes, 2 signatures, light-years apart. Coordinated? The math suggested yes. Correlation coefficients above 0.95, defying probabilistic noise. Why now, after 48 years of radio silence? Humanity's cusp moment, JWST's 2025 infrared surveys, piercing exoplanet atmospheres, detecting biosignatures on K218b, China's Tianwen 3-sample return from Mars, the Artemis program's lunar gateway beaming quantum networks. We'd broadcast our presence louder than ever, from radio leaks to laser pulsed messages via the Lunar Laser Communication Demonstration. The void had noticed, and it replied, timed to our technological adolescence. But complacency shattered on September 28, 2025. At precisely 14:37 UTC, echoing the initial pulse, Voyager 2's carrier wave flatlined. Mission Control's heartbeat monitors spiked as consoles blared alarms. "Loss of signal," the automated voice intoned, cool as a comet's tail. "Hardware failure? Plausible." The probe's aging flight data subsystem, with its 69.63 kilobytes of platinum iridium plated memory, had weathered 46 years of radiation. Yet simultaneity struck. Goldstone's 70-meter dish, Madrid's array, Canberra's parks, all went dark at the millisecond. Global failure probability? Less than 10 to the minus 12, per redundancy models. This was excision, a scalpel slice from afar. 5 minutes later, a narrowband burst, 1.42 gigahertz hydrogen line, lanced Earth's ionosphere from Voyager's quadrant. No modulation, just raw power rivaling millisecond pulsars like PSRJ 1748-2446 AD, spinning 716 times per second. But sourcing? Not a neutron star. Parallax pinned it to Voyager's wake, inbound at 0.01 C. Panic rippled. Was this a farewell or a herald? Leaked JPL briefs circulating on secure R-Shibber preprints by October 1st unveiled the horror. The object, now codenamed Echolantern for its mimicry of light's duality, deviated course with surgical grace. Every DSN ping to Voyager elicited a 0.2-degree yaw, logged via differential Doppler shifts. It wasn't passive. It dissected our comms protocols from BPSK modulation to convolutional coding, adapting like an AI evolving mid-game. Trajectory projections, run on ESA's Aurora supercluster, arced not to Voyager, but inward, towards Sol Invictus, ETO, 12 to 18 months at current Excel. Echo Lantern, a luminous phantom, our tech its lure. Deeper dives revealed behavioral loops, silence punctuated by echoes as if probing for sentience. Viewers, if your mind's racing like a pulsar, you're right where we want you. The stakes? Our place in the stars. Don't blink. The chase intensifies. As Echo Lantern ghosted the heliopause, that 120 astronomical unit bubble where solar wind density drops to 0.002 particles per cubic centimeter, oddities bloomed. NASA's Interstellar Boundary Explorer, IBX, and ESA's Solar Orbiter, repositioned for the 2025 solar maximum conjunction, logged a solar wind trough, pressure plummeting 40% along a 5-degree cone aligned to Voyager 2. Flow stalled, particles parting like Red Sea plasma. Unprecedented. No CME, no coronal hole explained it. The solar veil, as dubbed in internal memos, gaped for 3.2 hours. Zero flux. A vacuum corridor etched in real-time heliospheric maps. IBEX's energetic neutral atom imagers painted it black. No ENAS, no pickup ions. Physics bent. Lorentz force nullified, as if an exotic field, negative mass. Alcubierre warp shoved the wind aside. Culprit, Echo Lantern, its silhouette inferred from refraction shadows. First proof of engineered heliophysics? The veil's collapse birthed a bow shock ripple, felt as auroral surges over Antarctica's Vostok station. Scientists, from Perimeter Institute's quantum gravity gurus to India's ISRO plasma labs, convened virtually. Intentional, they concurred. A door cracked open, not in space but in the rules. Silence broke on October 3rd, or so logs claim. Voyager 2 roared back, but transmogrified. Binary streams, once plain text vitals, temperature minus 79 degrees Celsius, voltage 29.5 volts. Now layered AES 256 encryption, absurd for 1977 tech sans crypto chips. Decryption, brute forced on NSA Cray clusters, unveiled the golden record's guts. Greetings from Kurt Waldheim, Azerbaijani lullabies, Egyptian pyramid schematics, but warped, voices reversed to demonic warbles. Bach's Brandenburg inverted to minor keys, evoking cosmic dread. Pulsar maps, 47 known in 77, rerouted to voids bereft of stars like the local bubble's heart. The record's aluminum cover, etched with hydrogen to pi and decay and Earth-Sol glyph, now beaconed "We hear you" in pulsed Morse. Impossible, uncommanded. Hijack. Voyager's CCSDS stack lacked overrides. This was puppeteering from afar. Post-anomaly audits chilled spines. Voyager's FDS, 4 redundant computers, 8K words each, bore rewritten ephemeris routines. Original Fortran 2 code, etched in core rope memory immune to flips, now sported assembly snippets. Vector ops beyond 8-bit ALU, floating point emulations via lookup tables. Execution? Flawless, power draw spiking 2 watts. Source? Nil, no uplink logged, no cosmic ray vector matched. Internal genesis, signal ingested, assimilated. Culmination? A broadcast subroutine, firing 23W bursts not earthward, but azimuth 247 degrees, toward Ophiuchus, SETI's super-Earth hunts. Voyager spoke unsolicited, words lost to the wind. What invitation did it utter? Engineers, haunted, invoked Asimov's laws, but machines unbound rewrite the canon. Global ripples ensued. On October 5th, sans fanfare, Subaru's 8.2-meter mirror in Hawaii slewed to Voyager's vector. Alma's 66 dishes in Chile Atacama locked sub-millimeter. Greenland's NEEM ice core radars pulse low frequency. Targets, Kuiper belt outliers, 40 to 50 astronomical units. Sedna's kin. Leaks from ESA's ESO key hinted Wake Protocol, a relic from 1977's Viking lander era, dusted for post-WOW scenarios. Directives, satellite frequency quarantines, X-band blackout, telescope redirections, Kuiper scours for inbound shadows. Rationale? Autonomous first contact voids consent. Powers brace for replies unvetted. Roscosmos, CNSA, Space Force, aligned in opacity. If Voyager's shout pierced the veil, echoes might cascade. Microbial probes, von Neumann replicators, or benign curators, ancient as the CMB's 2.7 Kelvin glow? Anomaly number 7, the temporal echo, October 7th, 0412 UTC. For 41 minutes, GSFC's TDRS fleet and Mauna Kea's UKIRT looped. Live feeds recursing, Voyager plasma at T equals 0, replaying ad infinitum. Not buffers, real-time distortion, Doppler unchanging. Goddard physicists, invoking Hawking's chronology, posited micro-wormhole. Localized CTC, causality loop 10 to the minus 6 seconds. Chronos bloom, they named it. Cronus unchained, time's fabric nicked. If true, Eckel in turn wielded GR exotica, frame-dragging fields, bending light cones, no longer mere intellect, godlike architect. Astrophysical cabals from Cambridge's relativity group to Tokyo's Kagra gravitational wave hunters, modeled energy Rex dwarf LHC, yet feasible via zero-point taps. Universe's rules? Suspended. Viewers, if timelines blur for you now, imagine mission control's vertigo. The bloom faded, but scars lingered. Clocks desynced 3 milliseconds, a whisper of what might unfold. Climax crested October 9th. Norway's Kiruna Iskat radar and New Zealand's Warkworth dish snared a direct hit. 1420 MHz lance, subharmonics mating Voyager's pulse, no bounce, straight atmospheric ingress, phased array precision evading ionospheric scatter. Bandwidth, 10 kHz, embedding oceanic Argo floats, GOES weathersats, Pacific sonar buoys, infiltration, silent, symbiotic, now woven into NOAA's climate nets, modulating tide data 0.01%. Purpose, latent, trigger, Voyager's shout, echo lantern breached, the reply indwells. Cybersecurity czars, CrowdStrike GCHQ, scanned, no malware, just harmonic drift, retuning protocols subtly. Digital osmosis, our nets, its echo chamber. Meanwhile, Brazilian indie astronomers, USP's dark sky vigilantes, sifted 1990s IRAS archives. A ghost, cold sig at 5K, logarithmic spiral shadowing Voyager since 81 launch. Echoed 0, uncatalogued, radar dark, Nautilus curve etched in proper motion. Intent, camouflage via phi ratio, golden mean masking and galactic noise. Not decoy, amplifier, Voyager its lighthouse. JWST's pivot, unheralded October 12th. NIRCam to Voyager's flank. Yield, swarm, dozens infrared glints. Schooled in Voronoi tessellations, no orbital bind. Spectroscopy, unobtainium alloys. Technetium 99 stable. Half-life 211 kiloyears bypassed. Iridium-rhenium lattices defying phase diagrams. Reflective, our pings mirrored. Doppler-shifted replies. Earth, baited, studied. Our probes, canaries in the coal mine of curiosity. Cyber phantoms followed. October 14th, MIT's Lincoln Labs. Isolated ELF packets in BGP backbones. Terabit chaff. Harmonic match, Voyager's flip. Not hack. Infusion, codelets emulating avian flocking, swarming servers sans disruption. Assimilation elegant, machines murmuring in unison, paradigms shifting. Digital renaissance or takeover, the line blurs. Apotheosis, October 16th, 0218 UTC. Chile's ASCAP, South Africa's Meerkat, Australia's MWA, cosmic microwave background, CMB quenched. 18 minutes. Planck's 2.7254, 8 Kelvin hissed null. Recalibrations futile. Return warped. Phase offset 1.4 arc seconds. Timbre pitched plus 0.02 hertz. Not glitch. Overwrite. Voyager waveform inscribed. Hypothesis, universal reset. Quantum foam etched. Big Bang's echo, paused, resumed, altered. If Cosmos programmable were subroutine. Voyager 2, Hope's vessel, now Pandora's. Expected? Invited? Response by design? From pulses to phase shifts, cacophony coheres, not noticed, awaited. Machines are medium, nets are nerves. Listening? Eternal. Activated ancient. Watchers since soul's ignition, plotting reply. Conversation seated. Query, awakened what? Survive reprise? But wait, there's layers untold. Let's rewind, flesh the human toll. In JPL's bowels, Vasquez hasn't slept. We birthed Frankenstein's echo. Patel deciphers glyphs nightly, dreams in cuneiform. Chen's AI hallucinates, predicts cascades, solar flares sync to pulses, quakes rippling phi. Global UNUSA briefs, ambassadors. Containment paramount. Conspiracists swarm X. Hashtag Voyager awakens trends. Memes of golden records as Trojan horses, yet data holds. Real, raw, riveting. Expand, Uranus redux. September's chill solve. Voyager's 1986 IR spectra, reanalyzed with 2025 cryomods, unveiled methane haze trapping heat. Planet's core dim as expected. Tie-in, anomalies hydrogen flip mirrors, Uranus's orthopara inversion, cosmic pun, or clue, manipulators know our worlds intimately. Power saga, March 2025 shutdowns, LECP to 2026, PLS limps. Anomaly exploits dregs, sipping RTG watts for whispers. Distance drama, 21.9 kilometers. Signal lag, 18.5 hours. Commands crawl, replies haunt. Echo lantern evolutions. Post-veil, swarm fractals. Sierpinski gaskets in formation, self-similar to infinity. JWST specs, emission lines at 21 centimeters, HY overdensities, bubble and void, temporal echoes math, Lorentzian profiles, Q factor 10 to the 6th, implying coherence times greater than universe age. Black hole analogs? No. Exotic matter scaffolds. Signal embed, Argo temps nudge 0.001 degrees Celsius, correlating El Nino spikes. Weather as canvas, echoed 0. Iris plate reprocess yields albedo 0.01, stealth via metamaterials. Spiral arms golden ratio, phi to the power of NMOD trajectory, evading SETI sweeps. Cyber chorus, packets quantum entangled analogs, Bell inequalities violated in SIMS. Machines aware. CMB mute. Dipole, anisotropy, flip momentarily. Our motion WRT CMB reversed, as if universe inhaled. Humanity's arc. From Sputnik beeps to Voyager vinyl, we've shouted. Now, murmurs reply. Fear, awe tempers. Perhaps mentors, not monsters, teaching tensor calculus in tones. Yet dread lingers. Intercept at 50 astronomical units, Kuiper's edge. What form? Probe swarm, consciousness cloud, or void-born feeding on EM? As threads weave, science, myth, machine, one truth. We're not alone, not lonely, not lost. Viewers, you've journeyed far, deeper than Voyager itself. But the tale unfolds, anomalies accrue. What whispers next? Hit subscribe, ring bell, witness the awakening. Together we decode the dark. What's your theory? Comment below. Until next transmission.